1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm working on gift cards right now. How many spots we got left in this feast that I'm ready for? There's 2 spots left in the feast. Let's get it filled. You're staying beautiful per usual. It's a good thing to be confident. Just make sure it's not like overconfident. Like if you're if you if you're not as beautiful as like your confidence is like matching. You know what I'm saying? And that comes from a place of love. Life will be easier that way. Dude, I've pulled multiple here. We just got to pull it, and then someone gets a case. The big question is, who's it going to be? I don't know. Okay, I'm taking care of the last 2 streams for gift cards, and then I'll catch up the rest. I try to consolidate when I can, but if it's all different people, there's no consolidating. Exactly, real man. That's actually how it works. But yeah, we all talked. If nice. How do you get gift cards? People win them on the gaming channel and this channel. Mostly on the gaming channel, though. I hope you're well. Before this gets cold, cheers. Broncos fan? Me? I'm a fan of whoever's on my fantasy team. I have no allegiances at all when it comes to professional football. Or any professional sports, to be honest. Okay, sending out the last gift card, and the last 2 streams, I believe, have been taken care of. Who follow me? Hey, Amelie. I don't know how to say that. I'm sorry. Thank you for the follow. Alright, dang, I'm messaging you one of your gift cards. The other gift cards, I have a series of riddles that you have to solve. What's up? sending you like on a quest. Okay, I'm gonna lay out the feast. I don't know if it's got 2 spots left or whatever, how many spots, but let's get it. We also have a couple sampler platters up for grabs. Hoon spot? Alright. I was about to say I opened this and I was like, why is it all the same pack? But this wasn't a pre-made break. You're in the feast? Beautiful. And Bowling Kid, I saw that you leveled up a Rocket League account to play with me. Let me tell you, dude, I played a bunch of games today, and I did not hit Diamond, that's for sure. Speedrun? Dude, I'm not like... I'm not a big fan of playing an old game and speedrunning it. I want to, like, enjoy it. I had a teammate today that scored on us, and then he just left the game. So I guess I just, you know, it was my fault. These are pre-made breaks. What am I doing? You're now offended? Why are you offended? Filled the feast? You won't regret it. I don't think anyone ever. It's difficult to speedrun, it's just playing the game. I feel like if you're, in my head, if I'm not gonna come close to like beating a record after like someone's been working on it for, you know, months and months at a time, like, I'm not gonna get any closer. About to stream snipe me? Real man, I'm gonna tank your ranking. Like literally. You said like, didn't you say like you're about to hit Grand Champ? He made another account. Oh. I thought you would have cared. That's all. There's nothing to be offended about. Can't tank something you don't. That's true. That's very true. But honestly, dude, y'all have seen my teammates that I get. It's a crazy world out there in Rocket League. I honestly, like, I'm kind of like backpedaling the thought of coming back to the game. Dude, he stream snipes me, then he loses. Then it'll be mayhem. I probably won't hear from him again. Twos is definitely a different game, dude. Threes at like plat rating, it's a circus. I feel like it's just whoever scores first wins. I feel like there's no coordination whatsoever. There's no plays being made. Everyone's just ramming into the ball and just seeing what happens. I put Crown in there. That's not how we do things. I do Crown on the ends. Alright, chilling in the front. Even in Champ 2, you get the worst ball chasers. I just, like, I don't... There's certain people that like I get matched with on my team, and I'm just like, this person is just queuing all day and just messing everyone. Like Every time they get on a team, they're just tanking the MMR. Their goal today was to just never win. You need anything but steel? What does that mean? You should have just said nothing. If you would have said nothing, you wouldn't even have gotten steel. Now that you've mentioned it, it hurt you. And it's like, ah yes, my son. And it's gonna come and give you a hug. If you get steel, you have to pay rent. If not, damn dude, she took that bet. That's a bold move. It's an even bolder move for you to even talk about it. You should have just said nothing. The one time you don't get steel, we're going to pull like every gold steel out of this break. Alright, let me put on actual music. Luna has not played with a squeaky toy all day until I have went live. So if you could hear the squeaky toy, it's because I'm live now and she needs to play with it. Picks a type and you do? Dang, dude. I'm gonna guess that Nick didn't update the website, and I got to do the list now. Just the cherry on top of my cake, because it's Friday and it's time for softball. Oh, you bet. I'm making him drive out here. I'm not giving him the stuff today. He's driving the full distance. I hope it was worth it, Nick. It was worth it for me. That's fine. How is there more? I'm not even going to answer that question to myself. I think the funniest, Nick has the worst luck with sports. And lo and behold, I'm pretty sure he was the worst team in our draft. I stayed away from him this time. I drafted my own team. The other two times where he drafted for me was because I was live. But this time I was like, it's my turn. The funniest bet that I've seen him lose, though, was when like the Falcons were playing the Patriots in the Super Bowl like years ago, and they came back like 40 points. Nick like went to like use the bathroom, and he came back. He's like, "What happened?" And he lost. It was such a sure bet that he lost. I laughed so hard. And I only put like $20 in, like that. So I lost the $20 bet, and I was like, Nick, I was like, $20 though, man. It's like, how am I gonna survive? And he looks at me. He lost significantly more than $40, and he's like, I don't want to talk to anybody right now. So that's why whenever Nick bets on anything, I gotta bet the opposite, just because I know what's gonna happen. Okay, so you got 2 spots, Andrew. This means that even if you do get steal, it's not a big deal. But dang, dude, neither of them got to be steal. Honestly, You followed my protocol. You shouldn't have talked about it. That was your first mistake. But the right thing you did was, if you keep getting a certain type, buy 2 spots so that the next time you're going to get, neither of the spots are going to be that spot. I'm convinced that happens every time. After you see it like happen 100 times, it's like, okay, that's what's going to happen every time. 1 and 2, 1 and 3. All right, dude. I don't know what's going on with my copy and paste, but giving me a full indent every time I copy and paste is making me upset right now. Okay. About to randomize. I have the last 2 names. I had to do the full list because the person who usually does it is playing softball. You know, something that isn't paying for his livelihood. He couldn't play a softball Saturday league. It's got to be Friday. The alliteration there, it would be perfect. All right, first break. Boom. Neither of the spots were steal. What did I tell you? Every time. You see what happens when you listen to me, dude? If you listen to me, good things happen. I would never steer you wrong. I hope that you got 2 spots because you've heard me say that in the past. Because it's 100% true. I haven't seen an example where it's been otherwise. To be fair, you're not supposed to work on Fridays. Says who? This is our company. we don't. We're always on the clock, dude. This isn't like we punch out and then we go home. Yeah, he's gonna be the boss of softball pretty soon. I just knocked that case over. It's because you like it. You said, Beach, please give me more steel spots. And I said, okay, dude. That was a bold bet. But Bolinka, I hope you heated it like subconsciously, even if you didn't do it on purpose. Whenever I say something, I mean it. I said, if you keep getting a certain type, don't think about the type anymore. And then in the next break, get 2 spots instead of 1. Neither of the spots will be that. Which is, it seems contradictory because with 2 spots you have, double the chance of getting the spot you don't want. But it's just science. Well, if it's gradable, then yes. Where is my music? No. Casper being subbed for 43 months also, 6 minutes ago, thank you. I was in the middle of doing another person's job, I'm sorry. I'm gonna rip into him when he loses this league. I'm gonna be like, well, if it was like a softball fantasy league instead of football, maybe you would have had a better chance. If this Friday, like him being absent, becomes a more regular thing, we're amping up the trolling to a level that I'm not sure exists. I'm literally going all out. There's going to be Nick baseball softball cards. I'm going to have scouts, like just paid actors, going to his games with clipboards. I'm going to have a fully staffed team just ready to troll him. All right. I've barricaded myself in. Scarlet and Violet DLC. How much they charge for DLC for Pokemon? I feel like they don't care, and they might charge like $40. Brief cheers. That's like 3 words that don't belong in a sentence together, but hey. Hey, it's a beautiful Friday. Good luck to anyone who gets an Alt Gengar, because you're getting a case of Obsidian. The next Alt Gengar gets a case of Obsidian. Cheers. $35 for both, so it's like $17.99. It's a sneaky price. I don't know how I feel about that. All right, we'll start it off with Crown Zenith. Steel Gengar. I think they should have variations of Pokemon where they're like Robo Pokemons and make them Steel type. Like a mech suit. Greedent. But dang. I think... Is the tide of luck turning to Bowling Kid instead of Tater Tot? Because usually, like, dude, she put you in the dirt when you guys both get into breaks. Kind of did that with Paradox Pokemon. Paradox Pokemon. So Digimon? No. Digimon didn't have mech suits, dude. They had armor. It was less cool. She makes all the money. Hey. All I'm saying is, dude, that bet was a pretty stacked bet. You had what? 2 in 10 chance, so 1 in 5. I should open packs professionally. Oh wait, I already do. Andrew. Big forehead, but honestly, like, you might squeeze a 9. And you got the card anyway, who cares? How hard it is to pull that. Dude, right off the bat. What do I always say to you, Bowling Kid? I say it to everyone, but whenever you have like a bad run of breaks, the comeback is delicious. Always. Same centering on that. And who has dark? Olivia. Olivia could potentially be getting a case in this break. We also have other breaks available on the website. We did like a double of the 1 boxer, so it's like 2 boxer. 18 of each, or 12 of each. That was a Fighting Energy as well. Who got the Hyper Chonkers? Was that Tater Tot or was that you? The one that came back into submission. How does it work for shipping to Canada? Okay, so shipping to Canada is not free, but you could either pay for it like right away, which I'd recommend if you're only going to buy in once. If you're going to buy in multiple times, we'll hold it until you tell us to ship it, and then you pay it. We'll let you know how much you owe. You got the PSA 10? So it's pretty easy. Yeah, I apologize that we can't have free shipping to Canada, but it's too expensive to ship internationally without charging for it. Leaf, yeah. I'm excited for the next submission to come back because I'm pretty sure those are the packs, and I also have my packs in that submission. Add some flash fire to the wall. Electric. This break already showed us like that we're not messing around today. It's popping off today. Electric, you got plenty of time, dude. There's a lot of electric heat to be had. Pretty much every spot has the pop off potential. Articuno, Psychic. Dude, there's a new podcast that I found that like legitimately, I can't stop watching just funny clips of it. Shane Gillis, if you know who that is, he's a comedian. He has a podcast from like his like grade school buddy, and it is the funniest thing ever. I watched a video today. They were talking about Peloton. I don't know if anyone uses Peloton on here, but like apparently like Peloton has like their own personalities that stream on there, and I had no idea that's how it works. But yeah, absolutely hilarious. Ladybug. It does not feel like Friday today, by the way. I don't know if anyone else shares a sentiment. If you're out there, have a pulse. Not just farming points. Fighting. Squote it. No? Yeah, same. Blitzel. Action. If you squint really hard, that Bickford looks like Howard, so maybe he did get stale. Mr. Bickford, you didn't respond, but I'll say it again since you're hard of hearing. If we tie this week, me and you just split the league earnings, the winnings. Because honestly, I've never seen a more perfect matchup in all of fantasy football. It's got to be a perfect tie, though. Did you have any players play already? Because I didn't even look. That's an alt Galade. Mr. Howard. You don't know anything about football, but those ChatGPT draft assessments are beautiful. The ones I posted, dude, they don't hold back. Pacheco for the Chiefs. How'd he do? 8 points. Is he a running back? Eight points on a running back sounds like a wide receiver. That's all I gotta say. Yikes. Okay, maybe it's looking better for me this week. I don't know. I don't think I have any Kansas City on my team. I avoided all of them. But yeah, ironically, Nick drafted the worst, and I would say that like he's pretty sweaty when it comes to like fantasy. Okay. I made a nice pile, and now I have to fix it because it was very rude. There better be something good out of the packs that fell over. Do I have any Detroit players or Titans? I'd have to look. I got a wide receiver and a quarterback for Philly. None of my teams played yet. I know that. I feel like my tight end on the bench might be. The last two leagues I played in, whenever I relied on wide receivers, I was just disappointed. So I put all my eggs into running backs. And the wide receiver twos that I picked later are all going to outperform because they're always going to be the targets. I think both my running backs are like pretty like fresh, pretty new. What's up? Yo, trainer. And then we hit another one of these. I mean, you drafted arguably the best, the two best two wide receivers. I feel like I went for running back ones because they're always going to catch a handoff and they always get points. Whenever I had wide receiver ones that were just amazing, they literally never got the ball. Ever. They are the number two wide receiver. I figured, like, I didn't do much homework on it, but I figured if I waited for all of the wide receivers to get scooped, like on the first round of it, that the wide receiver twos would be left. That was my whole theory on that. And being middle of the pack was perfect for that plan. That was my thinking. I said I was going to go for the best running backs first, maybe even scoop the quarterback, and then wait for wide receivers. I didn't like sit there and look for wide receiver twos because I figured it would just be that way. It says I have the third best team, though. Who had the best one? I think it was Real Man. All right, we'll see if we get all Gengar here. I mean, yeah, the draft grades don't tell the whole story, but it's a good, it's a pretty accurate outlook. Draft grade means all. It just makes me laugh that like I expected Nick to like be top 2 in the draft grade and he was like dead last. Also, Mr. Red, I just remembered that your quarterback is a Bears player, so we're good. Since I was younger, dude, since I was like in grade school, there was always talk. We got a new left tackle, dude. This is the year. Oh, the water boy, he's using different water bottles this year. We got it. And like every year it's like 2-12 or whatever. You're starting Herbert? Is that the quarterback? Forgive me, dude. I am not well read on sports. Yeah, dude, start Fields, please. Well, the fantasy league is already full and it's set, Chucky, so don't worry. It's probably not worth your time, Chucky, if I'm being honest with you. It's not worth a lot of people's time. It's a little degenerate, but honestly it makes watching football fun. You can I believe there's like a weekly fantasy thing on the app where you just pick players. I still don't think they verified my identity. I next time we do a factory fantasy league, we are not using Yahoo. Bolt hunt? Electric? Well, I'm in a state that like hasn't declared anything for online gambling yet. So I just get to sit there. Oh, I was talking about this on the gaming channel. I figured out that my Discovery Plus subscription, like I was just exploring on there, and I found BattleBots, and now I have something to watch. I've run out of things to watch, and then I started watching all the BattleBots, dude. The amount of like watching people get hype about BattleBots made me happy. I was like, damn, dude, this is sick. And I was telling a story about like this one dude. This was like an early season of it, but this guy was just talking smack to everyone. He's like, yeah, this will be easy. He built like another robot to carry his BattleBot in, like a chariot. Dude was just like a wizard. And then lo and behold, he backed up the smack talk. He won in like the first like 10 seconds. Just smashed it. But yeah, Mr. Red, definitely start Fields. That's your best quarterback. You totally won't regret it. Coming from a person who grew up in Illinois, just understanding what the Bears are, you're good, dude. Put them in. I was worried about our matchup, and then I remembered. And here's the God honest truth, Mr. Red. There's nothing that you can do to make the right decision here, because if you start him, he's going to do horrible, and if you don't start him, he's going to do great. No, I know. I thought that was the case, but I know it isn't. I looked it up. But they haven't verified me because they're inept. You expect big things from on Sunday? You should have asked me. I would have told you not to do that. Fields should be good. They always should be good, but like it's always the same story every year. Expect him to do well on the ground? Do you mean handing off the ball? Because every quarter, like literally, there's a machine that can hand off the ball. I would hope at the very least he can hand off the ball properly. That's like the minimum requirement of being a quarterback. He's a good runner. Here's the thing. If he scrambles, his knee is going to get broken in half. He's ran for the second most yards ever as a QB. Yeah, you have to run when your O-line doesn't block. That's the thing. The team will carry him? All right, dude. In the almost 30 years I've been alive, the Bears have sucked every year. I look at the Bears the same way I look at the Browns. Just bad. Just have to understand how to get hit. Dude, there are like free safeties and ends just waiting for QBs to scramble so they can just destroy their entire careers. They did make the Super. So let me just repeat what you said. They made the Super. Did they win? They didn't. Even when they get to the point where they can just do it, they don't. You're not good until you win the Super Bowl, dude. What was the last Super Bowl win? Ditka? Olivia. Teams have been worse. Okay, maybe they're not statistically the worst team. I've always been disappointed by them. Always. They never fail to disappoint me. That is very gradable, Olivia. You can see Arizona going 0-15. Didn't they used to be pretty good? I feel like I had a couple Arizona players on fantasy teams throughout the years. I may have inadvertently just pressed a button. I don't know what setting I just changed. Hopefully I didn't, though. But who was the Bears' last quarterback? That dude was straight up. They found him just walking down the street. They didn't draft him or anything. They're like, hey, you know football? Yeah, I played in grade school. Trubisky was the worst quarterback I've ever seen. That was the last straw for me. I was like, I had a little bit of hope. And then I saw him play, and I was like, well, I don't care anymore. They all sucked, dude. He's not that bad, just wasn't given any help. All I can say is, dude, he's not on the Bears anymore. He doesn't have much of a career that I've heard of. Capture. Like, if the excuse is he didn't have the team to back him up once he left the Bears, why didn't we hear about him? You can't blame the team every time. Like, you just got to accept that he's just a bad player. The realization I've come to is that the Bears isn't actually a football team, and Soldier Field is like kind of like a stadium. It's how they launder the money for the city. That was a very nice steel hit. Chicago is a great team this year. I feel like I've heard that every year for the past almost 30 years. Even as a baby, they told me the Bears are going to be good this year. Ninetales is getting sleeved up off camera. They say that they're going to be good this year, and then the first game comes and they just brick it right into the floor, and it's not even a concern anymore. I know from experience. You don't have to know anything about sports to know that the Bears suck. But yeah, my whole goal is to make you overthink putting Fields in, Mr. Red, so that you just come to the realization that it doesn't matter what you do. It was rigged to begin with. I don't know how anyone let me get Mahomes and Burrow at QB. Because at the end of the day, dude, the QB is always going to have points just from handing off the ball. He could throw like crap. If he hands off the ball, he's still going to get points. That's true. Ooh, who's got colorless? I'm a little jealous. Matthew. Clean. No one can start the other. You have the first rank and the fourth rank. I mean, the roster is so deep, dude, that like it's gonna have an effect, but will it be enough to like change like the outcome that way? I don't know. On a certain level, it could affect it, but I don't like. It's not if we had like 12 people in the league, maybe. What's up? Lamar. I was pretty happy with my QB pick. I think I picked the quarterback after both the running backs. Then I scooped them wide receiver twos, dude. That's gonna win me the league, if anything. The secret to winning any fantasy league is you never pick wide receiver ones. They always never get the points that they're projected to get. Well, Rudy, after losing or after having drafts where I literally got the two best wide receivers in the league and did not even come close to winning ever. Nope, not yet. We still have half of a box of Fusion in this break, though. My reasoning for that, Rudy, for them not getting the points, they always get like double, triple coverage on them. They always defend the people that are expected to throw to, and then the second option always shines. Wallace. There's always been a handful. Yeah, it's that's just how it works. That's a sick Lugia. That's one of the rarer ones. It is a diagonal cut at the top, but still nice. Between an 8 and a 9. Lamar has actual threats this season. What team is he quarterback for? My luck has just been so bad with wide receivers. Antonio Brown was my first round pick for a league. The year that he quit the Patriots. Never again. You pulled that a couple days ago? That full art Lugia? No, it was the year he quit the Steelers. And then he got on the Patriots, got one game, and then he was done. I forgot the timeline of it, but I just know that like I had one game worth of points out of him, and that was it. I kept him on my roster too, on the bench, because I knew the second that I traded him, he would have started liking football again and played. Because that's how it works. Dude, that jersey probably sold for a lot of money. You would have fought for that jersey? If I was in the vicinity, yeah. I would have threw an elbow. He's 30? Dude, 30. He's got to do like Pilates. I don't think he could do any heavy lifting. You'd fight for the Nostalgia Factory jersey? I mean, honestly, the fights are pretty savage because it's a year long. Being 30 in the NFL, dude, you've taken some hits. It's like your body has just been through some stuff. Steelers used to be a powerhouse, though, which is crazy. Dude, I don't even want to hear it. Chicago is just one big disappointment. And, like, yeah, you could say the Blackhawks, but that's it, dude. That's all that there's been. Getting excited for baseball, it's like, wow, dude. Like, it was cool for, like, 10 minutes. Yeah, you can continue that combo on the gaming channel. I remember when I liked the Bulls again, dude. We had Derrick Rose. I was pumped. I was actually like excited to watch basketball. Then, not anymore. And we had Nate Robinson. Nate Robinson was sick. Then we sucked again, and like I just couldn't do it anymore. You're a loyal Chicago fan? I've given up all loyalty. I don't care. I'm not loyal to any sports team, though. So it don't matter anyway. Yeah, and then Nate Robinson was a really good basketball player, decided to box a YouTuber and got slept on camera. And I'm pretty sure that dude has not left his house since. Because he probably gets made fun of by, like, family members. If he was my family member, I would roast him every time. If I saw him, be like, "Oh, you were in the NBA, but." I would text him daily just to remind him. If he was feeling better, I would be like, "Hey, remember when you got knocked out by a YouTuber?" Sorry, it was paid contract to get knocked out anyway. I'm still aggravated that they didn't go like the celebrity deathmatch route. Because like this is so much less cool. Just a YouTuber trying to like be a real bot. It's like I would have much rather had like Mark Wahlberg fighting like Tom Cruise or something. Well, he probably needed it, dude. I mean, if you yeah, you got millions of dollars playing for the NBA, but if you weren't putting like more than half of it away, you cannot maintain the lifestyle you were living. That's what sucks. A lot of pro athletes go through that. But I was waiting for the celebrity fights to start happening, and it just never happened. Number one, boxing is already boring as it is without like this big charade going on. And then it's still boxing, and I'm just disappointed. I'm sad. Yeah, but like, let's be honest, the sport was dying already. I don't think I've ever watched like a boxing match and been pumped as much as I watched like UFC and been pumped. This might be like the last thing that's like keeping them floating, even though it's not official boxing. I still have hope though that my last hope for the celebrity deathmatch template is going to be my boy Elon just taking out Zuckerberger, hitting him with like a flying knee, putting that reptilian to sleep. Then like going live on Facebook really won't work because he won't fix it. I watched Gladiator recently, and I was just like, man, how far are we away from this? How many years until like they just put up a Coliseum again, and we got people just fighting lions and stuff? We can't be too far off. The new Metasport is Squid Game's Billionaire Edition, where will the sub implode or not? That was just tax evasion. Notice how we haven't heard about it since. They're like, all right, that was 2 weeks of the news cycle. We're good. All right, just on to the next thing. Everyone thinks we're dead. We don't have to pay taxes now. The sub went down, dude. Surfaced 2 minutes later in the Bahamas somewhere. Oh, you got plenty of time for steel, dude. Look at this. I want to see, like, not celebrity boxing. I want to see celebrity UFC. I want to see Mark Wahlberg and Tom Cruise just like annihilate each other. Because Tom Cruise is old, but he's like a psycho, so I feel like he would win in that matchup. Mark Wahlberg's got the show muscles. I feel like Tom Cruise, we would see like that fight, he would get the crazy eyes and it'd be over. Dude would go like full on just rage. I'm trying to think of other good matchups. I think Kevin Hart versus like Aziz Ansari would be a sleeper. It was ahead of its time, and we were so close. And the fact that like this whole YouTuber thing turned into like him trying to actually be a boxer while fixing the fights, it's very disappointing to me. We were this close. Just every week, dude. Like, it'd be like Miley Cyrus versus like Britney Spears. I'd pay money every time to watch that. I would start like getting the backstories even if I didn't know the people. Like, whenever anybody gets in a beef, they're like, we're taking it to the cage. Maybe. But I'm telling you, dude, I don't care that Zuckerberg like took Taekwondo classes or whatever. I know it was Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and everything, but whatever. I think Elon just... He's from the streets, dude. He would do it. Divorces are hot right now. I feel like they were always a thing. Dude, I've been seeing a lot of like, at least in my circle of like family and people, a lot of people getting married pretty early. Where like I'm just like, I was like, that's a little quick. You know what I mean? I'm sure you've had them in your not immediate surroundings, but at least like close. I'm like, dude, you gotta get to know people for a couple of years before you be just getting the law involved. Clyde, I haven't seen you in years, dude. How you doing? When you know, you know. I hate to be that person, but like I can foresee a lot of divorces before they happen. That are like kind of just like, crazy. Really busy with your family? Hey man, you're always welcome here. People get caught up in the romance. I mean, that part is all good, but get to know somebody first. Live with them maybe. Let a couple arguments happen. It's just like better to, like when you know the full situation of what you're going to be dealing with for the rest of your life. I wasn't talking about you, Clyde. He just comes in, he's like, yeah, big mistake. Oh, you were. I'm sorry, dude. Exactly. I feel like it's not a full-on sprint in that race. That's a marathon. Like when you get there, you get there. Brightest light in the harbor. Is that like a saying amongst sailors? Are you a sailor, Clyde? Can you take me on your boat? Go fishing or something? You leave at the beach? Yeah, you can. All right, let's go, dude. We're not going to go too far into the ocean, though. Maybe a lake. Because I don't want to be like that one movie, dude. The Perfect Storm. I don't want to get caught out in a hurricane trying to make it back with my swordfish. And we've talked about this before. I entirely remember them throwing away their catch and making it home safe. And then I saw the ending recently, and I was like, whoa, that's not how I remember it ending. Oh, dude, it's a two-way street. It's building something together. And I've been previously, part of bad situations before, i.e. relationships, so it's like you get experience on what to look for. Just bare minimum, don't be selfish. You just get RNG'd every time. Don't worry, dude. I used to get roped into fishing with people that only fished for muskie, which is like the rarest fish to catch, and that's all they would always fish for, and we'd never see any fish. And like I was like, dude, can we go for like some bass or something so we can see fish? Aerodactyl with a trainer. Musky fishing is the worst. Fun if you score a piece. Dude, it's so like the culture of it too. Everyone just sits around and like talks about all the fish they didn't catch, and it's like, oh my gosh, like this is like, I'd rather watch baseball, and I hate baseball. Fusion? Dude, I pull heat out of Fusion. You watch your tongue, Dave. It's just now that we're going for it and the stakes are high, people are paying attention. Well, just let me do all the work then. All you got to do is just sit there and look pretty. You're cooking steaks on the grill? Dude, I made some steaks on the grill also today. I made some ribeyes. I grilled them to perfection. What's the latest set out? That is Obsidian with the Zards and other cool stuff like T-Tar. Spend time with her, that's what we're cooking. That's beautiful, dude. I hope you guys are having a good time. Dude, I found like when you find that like magic temperature on your grill, and I just know how to turn the knob, it's perfect every time. Oh, you'll like what you see, Clyde. For the ribeyes, dude, I keep the temp between 400 and 500, usually like 425. Gudra. I wasn't sure what I was opening for a second. It looked a little bit like an Ala Gengar. Dragon. For Mr. Bickford, we're going to get the gold Bronzong right now. Oh yeah. There's 4 Zards. They're gorgeous. I've fished in Wisconsin, but not Green Bay. I've been up here a couple times on trips. We went way up north with Nick's brother. He was like past Black River Falls. It was out in the boonies, dude. I don't even know if they had internet out there. £25 king salmon. I mean, you got to keep that, right? Do I still play Sea of Thieves? I switched to Rocket League recently. Sea of Thieves, I got the level 100 PvP thing, which was like... That was like a 3-month grind, I think, at least. Smoked it all? That's good stuff, dude. Yeah, the salmon is awesome. 30 pounds. Probably more than 3 months. It probably was. Because, dude, it had double XP weekend. And I was like, I'm worried that the game is going to die before I can get it. So I'm just trying to get it before that. Or they remove the mode entirely and then you can't get it. Just randomly come in here.
She's sitting by the door.
Are you sitting by your door, little puppers?
Did she not nap today? She's very fussy.
Careful.
You just
She
cussed
moved.
my dog.
She moved her head. Oh, she was a boy baby.
Looney, did you not nap me today? She's very fussy. Like, very.
What's wrong? Oh, she's very strong, dude. This 40-pound bowling ball right here will take a running start and just jump right at the end and take you out at the legs.
Shoulder.
Yeah, that's if you're sitting. You're just a little puppers. Alright, I'm gonna free you. Love you.
She's like, then why are you freeing me? She wants to help. You want to open a pack?
You can't open packs, you have
Open
paws.
a pack? Gotta go, boop. Boop. She hears the water bottle. Game over.
Hello, misters.
He was napping.
Alright, I gotta finish the spray.
Come on, honey.
Go ahead, Luna. Go. She's an awesome puppy. She was attacking Goliath today. Just like obviously like they play fight, but she was going after him. Electric had some good hits here and there. But we still got more packs to open. It ain't over yet. The Beartic. The Obsidian is a good set. Don't let anyone tell you differently. It's awesome. Score Bunny. I really like the T-Tar. I really like all the Zards, obviously, because it's been, I don't know how long since we've seen Zards. It's the first set this year, other than Crown. Moltres. When I'm playing games, the puppy will come downstairs and like attack my gaming chair as I'm sitting in it. I'm like, stop it. And every time I turn back around, then she starts biting the bottom of it again. We have like a really like bouncy football that bounces all over the place, and she can never anticipate where it's gonna go, and it's the funniest thing on hardwood floor. Dog just goes sliding. Let's go, dude. The Steel Doubters. It's not the greatest centered, but it's not the worst. Maybe an 8. All right, Crown. Zorora. It's a good looking Ditto for sure. When did you say the DLC was coming out for Scarlet and Violet? Because I might look into getting that set up. I need to set up a third monitor. I'll just have to mount it real quick. 13th. So next weekend. Or next Thursday or something. Wednesday. That was close. The Hoopa. Dark. And Olivia, it's good to see you. This song? Yeah. This song's a banger. The Hoopa? Honestly, like, lately I feel like Crown is kind of a toss-up. Anything full art or gold can be tough. We had a good week with Crown this week, that's for sure. We saw a lot of golds, and I hadn't seen golds for a while. I think turn the big 30. Yo, happy birthday in advance. I'll wish you happy birthday again if you're here on Monday. Comfy with a Volcanion. That steel energy. It's a trap. Don't age. Rotom. An eventful decade. It really has. A lot can happen in like 10 years. 10 years is crazy. 5 years? The Umbreon? Out of which set? Is there an Umbreon in Obsidian? Oh, it's just common. Whatever happened to Umbreon, dude? Why wasn't Umbreon in Fusion? I know it was in Evo, but like, there should have been more. Alt Aurora, Electric, and Trainer. Last pack Magic. Very good. Solid break. All right, let's go over these hits. Umbreon VMAX. Yeah, dude, everyone just like wants to cause panic to get stuff for cheap. We all know what happens. I'm getting sick and tired of people being that easily manipulated. Spell it for grade. Oh. Well, let me see if it's gradable. It was so mass produced. People get this info and it fascinates me because they're like basing it off of like no numbers. There's not print runs. They don't just flip it on, dude. They're struggling producing the current sets. Do you think they're going to go back and do another one? I'm not even going to start this discussion. People just fundamentally don't understand how cards are actually produced, and then I hear things like that. It's just like... That is very gradable, by the way. And it's Zerora. Z-E-R. It's like Z, and then Raura. R-A-O-R-A. But Rotwing, they're gonna make Team Rocket First Edition again, okay? I swear it's coming. People like on Reddit are just and on Facebook just trash sets so they can get stuff for cheap and flip it later. That's just how it works. And I wish people would stop listening to them. but I have to have this conversation every year for the rest of my life because this is my life. Because I don't know, as a person who ran a business revolving around cards, specifically Pokemon, why would I know more than some random dude on Reddit who never buys packs? Bulldog, I feel like you're trolling me, dude. Are we just saying things that are inaccurate? I don't open a lot of packs. The sky's yellow. Yeah, this is why like I just don't. Yes, you got a gold Zerd. And Dr. Bulldog, I'll agree with you on stuff actually happening because there's data supporting that. But these big leaps of claims where like stuff is mass produced and they just flip on the printer whenever they want to make more of a new set, I have yet to see any evidence of it in the 6 years of doing this. When a set is gone, it's gone. If there's another print run, they just released the remaining inventory. That's all that it is. And I promise you it's that way. I've been inside warehouses as they're getting the stuff from Pokemon, literally. And I've talked to people because I want to know. I don't know why. Like, I feel like and Pokemon has said terms like print runs before, and it makes me think that like their marketing and their like social media has no relationship with the actual like product. But we get sets that don't make sense, so like it's pretty close to that case. They want kids to have affordable cards, but the growth that they experienced over COVID and before that, the kids don't have the income to support the growth. So they have to actually cater to people that are paying money. That's the problem. The kids aren't buying thousands of packs. The kids are buying 1 or 2 packs at Target when they're checking out with their mom. That's not who they should be like crazy worried about, because that's never going to change. But regardless, I saw some inaccurate things being said. I had to address them. They are addressed. Nick's still at softball. Can you guess if I'm going to make him drive out to get the stuff? Because if you can guess, you're probably correct. I'm not driving out. He is going to grab this stuff because he has abandoned me entirely tonight. In which case, I will abandon him now. Number 3. We do have more breaks available that will go way faster than the break we just did because the break we just did was the biggest one. People are preferring the smaller break to the semi-big break that I've posted. It's interesting. Good to know. I tried it out. People liked the smaller one. Have I been putting these in the right spot? Oh no. Okay, let me continue updating and see if I messed up. Even if I did, it's pretty easy to fix. I thought 2 was the bigger one. That was my mistake. Three is actually the bigger one that you guys preferred, which is good. Okay, I did it correctly. I didn't mess up. I overthunk it. So 3 is full and 2 has spots available. I'd prefer to go in order just to not confuse people, but if I have to open 3, I'll open 3. Yeah, I'm just going to open 3 for now. If people get confused, they get confused. There's not much I could do. Dave, you got a shot right here, dude. I love the fact that in my head, I feel like you guys would have preferred the smaller break, but like it just a gut feeling. I was like, let me see if they like a double one. And you guys flocked to the double one. All right, we're skipping to 3. 2 is spots available. That's the next one we want filled. But 3 is good to go. The last gift card, I just chose a winner. I forgot who it was. I'll look. It was just one more person. It's still like on the computer screen, like downstairs on a tab, so it's really easy for me to find out. It was you? I wish. But yeah, Clyde, I thankfully got that curse in Sea of Thieves. And then I promptly got off that game. Because that game is not headed in a good direction right now if they do not fix the problems that they have. The aimware for that game and the cheats for that game, there's a free download for it. So anyone can just keep on downloading it. So that game is just perpetually always going to have a problem. And there's no anti-cheat. And their answer to anti-cheat was, we're working on something. We just don't want to say anything to give a heads up to the cheaters. And in my eyes, since I've seen no change in like the 4 months I was playing it, they're not doing anything. They've done nothing. And the majority of their resources were just spent on like a PvE environment. So like player versus environment, a story mode that like nobody cared about. It's a homage to a game that like the majority of the population has not played. And they put a lot of resources into it. I don't know what they're thinking. Gaming companies never do the right thing. When you put the wrong people in charge, you're going to have the wrong decisions being made. It's plain and simple. Like if I had someone who had no knowledge of cards making decisions for this company, I wouldn't be around. Gengar. All right, once more, this is break 3. Break 2 has spots available. Good luck, everybody. What is Belly Bolt doing in that new set? I mean, like in the art? I have no idea, dude. If I'm going to be honest with you. But yeah, Clyde, I found, so after being done with Sea of Thieves for a while, unless they fix it, which I don't know if they're going to, like, this is the point where they either scrap the game or they turn it around. And, like, that window is closing. But I switched to Rocket League, and honestly wasn't that, like, I'm having fun with it because I haven't touched it in about, like, 4 years. But I'm slowly coming to remember why I hate the game. But I'm still having fun with it, so I'm enjoying it. Yeah, dude, you've been hyping up this Marvel Snap game. And I'm going to be honest, Strike, I'm happy you're enjoying it. I know you said that I should download it or something, but like I just did not really care about it. Overwatch has an arcade. It's just the state of where I am, dude. Because I'm already playing Hearthstone as like a card game or like a mobile game. I got too much on my plate already. I don't like having too many different games. I'm a creature of habit. I'm sure it's a fun game. I mean, all TCGs are like mobile games. They're pretty derivative. You never. Overwatch has an arcade game similar to Rocket League. I feel like most games right now kind of suck. Like, there's nothing really jumping out at me to, like, want to play. I kind of just play, like, a couple games here and there just to, like, do something. Because I love playing games. It's called Lucio Ball. Oh, God. It is kind of similar, though. Starfield, I've seen it, dude. It's one of those games that's like getting hype, and then I see gameplay of it, and I'm like, "This is what the hype was about." Like, I'm sure it's fun, but like, this wasn't like life changing when I watched this gameplay footage. My buddies are still playing Rust, and like I know the second that I buy it, they're gonna switch games. But like, yeah, the E3 reveal was really cool. You know what was really cool? I'll give you some perspective here, Clyde. Remember when Arc 2? Maybe you don't if you weren't following it, but Arc 2 had a really sick trailer. They had Vin Diesel as like a CGI character. And then nothing happened beyond that. That's the problem. Hey man, they were trying to hype it up. I honestly, I saw the trailer and I was like, this is pretty dope. But then nothing came of it. Like nothing like crazy. Nothing changed. Everyone hates Ark right now because they lied to everybody. Overwatch did a John Cena collab. Oh, that's lame. I don't care for John Cena. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't go out of my way to like watch anything with John Cena. Dude, I liked Overwatch when it first came out. That's all I play. I feel like Blizzard was in a good place. I just don't know what happened. I wish I couldn't actually see him. They paid him like 6 figures to do a 60-second intro to a new game mode. Imagine if they just put 6 figures into making it a good game. And how much better it could be. Facepalm is right. Like, I remember they had Heroes of the Storm and Overwatch, and then they started putting the Overwatch characters on Heroes of the Storm. I could get the same skin. I loved it. And like now, like everything is just like crap. Like I don't know what happened. I feel like they don't know what to do. They brought StarCraft skins. They haven't even made a new StarCraft. I feel like people who are playing StarCraft probably aren't playing Overwatch either. This was like 4 years ago. So StarCraft 3 was still kind of old. Like, I don't know, dude. I feel like game companies are just like hot garbage right now. They need to figure it out. They need to like go back to like what they were doing before. I feel like Fortnite made it big, and then all these game companies got like lower IQs because of it. They were like, "Oh, we gotta do this." They were making so much money. That was I would put money on saying that Fortnite had a negative impact on like the gaming industry as a whole, because it forced companies into just like making bad decisions in the long run. Just make bad games. Exactly. That's what Halo tried to do with Infinite, and nobody played it. Strike was telling me they added ranked team tactical like 4 years too late, and he couldn't get a game because nobody was playing. Like the queue just kept going. It's because they're still living off of the amount of money that they made. Legit though, like I think the entirety of like the gaming industry suffered because of the new meta that was put forth. Parents still have their kids still have their parents' card linked to the account. Yeah. Probably because they've grown up and they haven't done anything with their lives. They're still at their parents' house playing Fork Knife. Getting Halo matches in general hasn't been good. Yeah, it's because everyone left. It had so much hype behind it, and then they did nothing with it. It's like now you're going to make all these changes that people wanted, but everyone already left. And it sucks because I really liked that game. I was hyped for Halo. I played a lot of it. Oh, I feel like people just hot mic and they don't care. They're just not even aware of it. Just NPCs. You think some people are aware and do it on purpose? See, like you give people too much credit. I feel like there's some like real just low IQ people out there, and it's getting lower every day. I see it when I'm like driving on the road. Or if like you're like grocery shopping, you just catch like a glimpse of like someone's conversation. I'm just like, what? I mean, we saw it yesterday on the gaming channel. This dude's having a conversation on the phone. He's just AFK during the ranked match, and we lose because of it. And that's my teammate who was in the position for the tip-off. I couldn't get there in time because I was in the net. That's where I spawned for that round. And yeah, it was a great game. Using their Bluetooth phone headset. Probably, dude. Reading, colorless. Nah, dude, they got the Turtle Beaches on. No, actually, that was the game where I scored the winning goal with like 1 second left, or the tying goal. I literally typed to him. I said, "Put the phone down. You queued up for ranked. Put the phone down and play the game." And then he didn't say anything, and then he actually like started playing. My win rate last stream was not good. I'm catching all the people that are just trying to take everyone down with them. They're like, "I'm going to silver, you're coming with me." I'm just treading water, trying to not drown. Every time though, like it's like I see the ball getting cleared, and like it was my rotation to be up on offense, and the teammate is just right next to me, and I'm just like, well, I think that's gonna go in our net. So like, how do you feel about that? You think you were in the right spot? I just see the ball getting cleared towards our goal, and I'm like, "Oh, my teammate's got it." I look, he's right next to me, and I'm like, "Nice." That's my experience with Rocket League ranked, and I'm pretty sure like it's never gonna change. And if I don't come to accept it, I'm never gonna like the game. Like truly. If I'm not on defense, no one's on defense. Shadow Rider. Thomas. Very good. No alt Gengar, but pretty damn good break. A lot of heat. That's the Umbreon you were talking about, Clyde. Just need to slap that GameStop stamp on there. Just slap it on there, dude. Slap it. Vespa Queen. GameStop is in such a bad place right now. I feel like it's going to be in the next year when they go bankrupt. Bro, the only reason I've recently watched, they have a Netflix documentary about everything that happened with GameStonks. Honestly, like, pretty interesting because it actually explains specifically what happened and like the timeline. That was like that was their last like breath of air that they got. Like they're trying to make changes where like they have more PC things in there. Why do people sell Taco Bell packets on eBay? I have no idea, dude. I'm gonna be honest with you. That sounds like a disgruntled employee just stole a bunch of packets. Taco Bell has like a cult following for their sauces. They're okay. Like I can eat it without the sauce. I don't care about Taco Bell enough to like argue that. How much are they selling packets for? They have $12 for 50 packets. I feel like that's a lot. I feel like that's a good use. Oh, I could have used a Cherish Ball. Oh well. Unless I used the last one, I don't remember. You're about to go raid your local Taco Bell? Are they like discontinuing it, or is there an explanation? Because they give them out for free at Taco Bell with your order. Packets for $12. What is that? 6 cents or 60 cents? Is that like, that can't be the cost. Well, this might be the last one, Clyde. So I'll see you when I see you, my guy. You gotta look at the sold listings, dude. $70 for 13 packets, or 70 packets for $13. Oh, okay. I mean, that's still a lot of money. You get them for free. Like, the only time I'm ever going to use the sauce is like if I have an order of Taco Bell. Who's got fire? Caspre. One sold. He sold one and he's like, this is it. This is how I make it. That is very gradable. Ding should have bought in, but he won't. He's stubborn. It is a good song. Oh my gosh, Last Pack Magic. Dark and Dragon. Dave and Superhoods. But there's nothing special about these Taco Bell packets. It's just the same sauce packets. They're not special edition or anything. It's a lot of hits. I mean, maybe they're discontinuing a certain, I don't know. Or just somebody's selling Taco Bell sauce on there. And he bought his own listing. That's the only thing I could think of. Or he just bought his own listing to try and look like they were selling. All right, yeah. The remaining breaks will roll over to Monday. But solid breaks. Winner of the gift card. Side of gravy. If they sold one, they made a killing. I mean, you're not wrong. All right, guys, gaming channel on Sunday, and next week, the all Gengar still on the table for the case. It's got to happen at some point. But have a good weekend if I don't see you. Love every single one of you. Keep your eyes on the website.